Hello everyone, this is Israr Khan, Group CEO of Brahma Corp. Delighted to meet you again. In my previous conversation with you, I had shared my thought on important aspect of the life, that is relationship. I like to take you through further on my thought process on relationship. That in any relationship, there are some negotiable and non-negotiable aspect. And the non-negotiable aspect of any relationship is maintaining your trust and not cheating anyone. I always say anything which I allow myself, I will allow my spouse in case to do it. So, it should not be double standard, double behavior, that there is some other standard for me and some other standard for my kids and for my spouse. So, these are some non-negotiable aspect of any relationship which everyone should treat as sacrosanct and honor those aspects of relationship. No deviation means no deviation. In relationship, either you are in or you are out. It should not be I am just keeping 1 feet or 1 foot into relationship, keeping my other foot out of the relationship. If I am into relationship, I am fully for this. If I am not, I should not be there. My head, my heart, my soul, everything has to be part of the relationship. It can't be just I am part into it, part not out of it. Any relationship, whether a friendship, employer-employee, spouse, or anything, has to be unconditional, unwavering. That's what is my firm belief. It has to be there without any deviations on this. Another aspect which I like to share my thought is authenticity. Be what you are, because if you try to become someone else, you will not be able to sustain it for longer period, and your true personality will come out, and that is the time when people will start disrespecting you or not believing in you. Be authentic, but be respectful to other person. And when I say authentic, this another aspect of being authentic is you accept a person as a whole. You can't decide I will accept a part of you, I will not accept another part of you. The way I am, the way other person is, you need to expect or accept as a whole. On acceptance, I like to share with you one important story, one of my favorite, Gopal Das Gaur. I was hearing to him and he was narrating one story that there was a minister who served minister for so many years, and there was something unintentionally went wrong, and as per the practice, any minister, any person who deviated, they was thrown before the ferocious dogs, and dogs used to prey on that person. In this case also, the same dictum was delivered to minister also. Minister just asked for 7 days of time, and what he did, he went to the caretaker, and caretaker was not aware of what had happened, and he asked caretaker, you go on leave, I will take care of these dogs for next 1 week. And for caretaker, it was an opportunity, he went on leave, enjoyed, and minister served the dogs very faithfully. The dogs became friends with him. After 7 days, the time came, and as per the dictum, the minister was thrown before the dogs, and to the surprise of the king, what he found, that dogs, instead of attacking that minister, started licking the feet of the minister. Then we asked what happened. Then he narrated what had happened. He told king, I had served you for these many years, and you didn't even bother to forgive me for one unintentional incident. And these dogs, I served only for 7 days, and you see what happened. They didn't kill me. So that is what, when you accept a person, that a person is likely to commit mistakes, unintentional mistakes or other part of it. You can't just break the relationship or kill that person, accept person as a whole. That is what I need to say on acceptance part. Another aspect of relationship which I like to share my thought with you is communication or conversation. I like to quote from the words of German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, that in any relationship, if your relationship is based on things which are transitory, temporary, like your beauty, your looks, they will disappear over a period of time. There has to be ability to communicate. So, what he wants to say, if a person can converse endlessly with another person without being judged, that is the sign of deep and strong relationship. And the other part of it, whenever we are not able to communicate and converse, even in being in relationship, the person may feel lonely. Recently, there was a research done by University of Duke that despite being in a relationship, people feel lonely because they feel they are not able to communicate with other people, don't respect, or even they listen, they just dismiss. Most of the time, it is dismissal versus discussion, argumentation versus augmentation. If I outrightly reject other person's idea, how can there be any communication? So, at least I must have respect to honor his feelings or her feeling and listen to it. So, do not just dismiss outright, just discuss it out. That is important aspect of any relationship. We must be able to communicate transparently, openly, without being judged. And another aspect of relationship I like to take you through is love versus attachment. We are so much possessive about relationship that we want other person to our carbon copy without giving any space to that person. I like to share with you, if say for example there is flower, if I just pluck it, it is attachment, I am possessive about it. If I just see and appreciate the beauty of that flower, it is love. True love and care doesn't harm anyone. You must have seen in Hindi movies, a hero will come and say, "तू मेरी भी नहीं हो तो किसी और की नहीं होगी." Is that love? No, no, no. That is possessiveness and attachment. That's what every person should avoid in being in relationship. You just love and care. Don't be too much possessive about any relationship. And another aspect of relationship, that is having emotional credit balance. If other person is behaving in a manner which always takes care of you, you always take care of that person, even if there are some deviations from the normal path or from the conduct, a person is likely to forgive. You must have seen in your office place or someone else, one person commits one smaller mistakes, he gets enough for this. Another person, even after committing mistakes, doesn't get, because that person has earned emotional credit balance in the relationship. That's what we should keep working. It is not only that a person is good at giving surprises, then only that person is great in relationship. If a person is consistently working on relationship, consistently increasing emotional credit balance, that is what is enriching our relationship. Another aspect of relationship, keep it nurturing. If you see the Chinese bamboo, before it is grown or it is seen on the surface, it takes years together. So, you keep nurturing, keep watering, keep manuring, and when it comes in some weeks, it will be 90 feet. heights. So it doesn't mean the whether the effect of nurturing are visible or not, just keep nurturing. One day you will see the result of it. The same happens in relationship. I was reading about Adam Grant. He has written a book, Give and Take. In any relationship, there are three types of people he mentions. The first is takers, who always keep taking from the relationship, always keep their interest before the others, and this type of relationship will not flourish longer. Another types he mentions, givers, without expecting anything, they will keep giving. I like to quote from Nelson Mandela that the greatest favor you can do to any person is give your time and energy without expecting anything in return. So that is the quality of any giver. So whether it is Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, Mandela, or for that reason Abraham Lincoln, they were the greatest giver of the society. And what society we have today is due to those givers. And third aspect he talks about is matchers, who give and take. And surprisingly, these are the givers who flourish in relationship. But of course, we should take care that we don't become doormat. People start overusing our benevolence for that. So when I was going through this, he mentioned one example of Mahatma Gandhi, that when he was editor of some magazine, one girl wrote to him that I am going to meet my would-be and how should I judge that person. And what he replied, that when you go and meet that person, don't see how he treats you, just see how he treats his servants or the people down the line. So that is what the sign of true relationship or true giver you can find. Another important aspect of any relationship is being grateful. We have so many things in any relationship that we forget about, and our memory creatively start appreciating only about me. I forget to give credit to others. One glaring example is of Salk, who invented polio vaccine. He was so talented that if he had given credit to his team, he could have invented many more things. But after polio vaccine, he failed there. In my own example, if I am standing before you today, it is not only the preparation I have done, it is my team, who is behind the camera, it is my driver who comes early in the morning, it is my wife who sacrifices her time, it is my kids who sacrifice time. That is the gratitude we should have in any relationship. I like to share with you, there was a professor who suddenly asked his students that we will take some surprise test today, and no one will be graded for this. So when he distributed paper, there is paper, just with one dot, black dot on that paper, and they were just asked to write about it, and everyone just wrote about the black dot on the paper. What professor let them know or describe to them that it is just life. There is so much white space in our life or in our relationship, but just we keep concentrating on the black dots on relationships. So just concentrate on so much vast area in relationship for which we are supposed to be grateful. Just don't concentrate on the black dot in a relationship. Just forget about those relationships. In the end, I like to quote from Mark Twain. Life is too short. There isn't time. So brief is life for bickering, apologies, heartburning, calling to account. There is only time for loving, and but an instant, so to speak, for that. And also, I like to quote our own Rahim Das ji, that रहमन धागा प्रेम का मत तोड़ो चटकाए, टूटे फिर ना जुड़े, जुड़े गांठ पर जाए. So with that I like to take your leave, but keep in mind, in any relationship don't push too hard, always respect the feeling of the other person. Stay blessed. Thanks for your likes, subscribe, and it encourages my team to do better for this. Stay blessed. Thank you. Jai Hind.